Hey race fans, Drake York here with USAC National Sprint Car rookie contender and Silver Crown rookie contender Trey Osborne. And Trey, I think it's safe to say at the beginning of the season last year, no one knew who you were in terms of a sprint car driver, much less a Silver Crown driver. And now it seems like just about everybody is talking about you. Can you believe the last year or so and your rise to popularity, shall we say?
No, it's been pretty cool. Obviously, it's not completely what I expected, but no, it's been really great, and I'm really thankful to be here. Just need to get a little more speed.
So people are still learning a lot about you and your upbringing. So tell us a little bit, kind of give us a crash course on the history of Trey Osborne and what you raced in the past, who you may have raced with, stuff like that.
Yeah, so when I was 7 years old, I started racing quarter midgets for Larry 𝑰𝑵𝑚𝑬𝑹𝑽𝑰𝑬𝑾 over in Ohio. That's where I'm from, Columbus, Ohio, and yeah, just raced quarter midgets until I was 11, 12, something like that. I got hurt in one pretty bad to where we took a year off just because I needed to heal. And then from there, we tried a Legends car, we tried a couple different things, and ultimately I ended up meeting Mel and Don Kenyon on like a spring break trip to Indianapolis, and yeah, the rest is, I guess, history. I really just got along well with both of them and raced with them up until I bought a sprint car last year.
And you bring up the Kenyon name, which obviously is synonymous with USAC, and you got a chance to race with Don Kenyon specifically in the Kenyon Midget Series, a titleist there back in 2018. So how cool was that for a very young driver like yourself to get paired up with arguably the greatest family in midget racing?
It's pretty cool. I mean, I'm still really close with both of them, both Mel and Don. I still run their car at the Rumble every year, and it's great to see them. They're still doing great. But yeah, I mean, Don really did a lot for me, and he's the reason why I'm still racing, at least at this level. So no, definitely very thankful for my time with them. They taught me a lot. Obviously, they ran a lot of races, so they know what to tell you to look for on the car while you're maintaining it, set up, all that stuff. It's been great.
So when was the first time you actually started considering moving out to Indiana? Because as we know, if you want to make a living racing non-wing sprint cars, Indiana's your best bet to come.
I mean, I've wanted to do it probably since I was 12, but obviously that wasn't very feasible. So, when I turned 18, I got pretty serious about it because I work as a mechanic, and until you're 18, you can't really get a job as a mechanic legally. Like, I was working as a mechanic since I was 16, but it was all under the table stuff because their insurance won't hire anyone under 18. So once I turned 18, that opened up to where I was actually able to do it and get pretty serious about it.
So when was the first time you said, or I shouldn't say said, but you got a car together, you got, we jokingly like to call your crew guys sometimes a ragtag bunch, because sometimes it isn't really a solid group, but when was the first time, I guess, shall we say, that you got to race a sprint car in Indiana that was your own and that you cared for all the time?
So that would have been not last year, but the year before. I ran 4 Kenyon midget races and ran really good in all of them to where I was like, okay, I'm selling it. I'm going to get a sprint car, going to try to make the jump to that. And so I bought a sprint car, but it took me the whole season to put it together. So I only got to run it a few times towards the end of the year, but it was great. We ran pretty good, and I was, I felt pretty good going into last year. Pretty pleased with everything. Everything just fell into place. Everything kind of went perfect for me, which is awesome. But yeah, I'm very thankful for that.
And you mentioned you set a goal out, and that was to win 3 Indiana sprint car races.
Yep.
I think for even some of the really good drivers, sometimes that can be a lofty expectation. Yeah. We're talking about on the local level. Did anybody come up to you after you told them that goal and say, Trey, that's crazy, you've never raced out here, there's no way that's going to happen? Did people come up and tell you that?
My entire friend group told me that.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, and even once I got a few races in the season, I definitely thought, I was like, oh gosh, I kind of looked like an idiot saying that. And then I wrecked a car pretty early in the year and built a new car. And when I built that new car, it was just way better. I don't know why, but it just was. And immediately I had 4 fourth place finishes in a row. And so I was like, okay, I'm pretty close now. And then I blew up an engine. So I just kind of decided that, well, I moved out here, already put so much money into it, might as well pull out a loan and keep going. So that's what I did. And then once I got that engine was a lot better. And, so pretty much I just made the program better throughout the year. With my personal stuff, and was able to, reach my goal of 3 wins.
I want to go back to something you said right there. You took out a loan, right?
Yeah.
I guess my real question is, when you went to the bank and said, hey, I need a loan to keep funding my racing career out here, how did that go?
I mean, I guess luckily I've been pretty good with trying to build credit, so they were, willing to do it. Yeah, the rate on it isn't too good, but at the end of the day, like I'm pretty much with one of my main goals, which was I'm racing for a living.
Well, Trey, we're really excited to see you take this next step in your career, and best of luck across everything in 2024.
Thank you, I appreciate it.